sprawling waterfront.
Isn't that a beautiful sight? It certainly is. Good evening from New London. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Susan Christensen. Welcome, everybody.
We are perched right in the middle of all the excitement for Upsail 2000.
And it certainly has been a wonderful and very busy day here along the waterfront in New London.
A very, very busy day, beginning with what may turn out to be the highlight of the whole thing, the Parade of Sail. Spectators by the thousands lined up to check it all out this morning. And Fox 61's Sarah Cody had a very special seat aboard the HMS Rose.
First, the sails are loosened. Starboard and portside, the HMS Rose is prepared for the festival.
Take one step towards me.
Crewman Tom McCloskey was once afraid of heights. Not anymore.
I just sort of grab the climbing when I can.
From ship to shore, the Rose is known for her sturdy wooden frame and timeless design. Kay Williams bought the vessel in 1984 and towed her to Bridgeport for a facelift.
It was in hard shape. Believe me, you could drive a car through one side and out the other.
But now she's chosen to begin the parade. Rose stays stationary and her many sisters pass by. Among them, the Eagle, the Esmeralda, the Mistress.
So we're pretty proud of the whole thing. It's something that'll go on long after I'm gone.
And McCloskey thinks this is what the tall ships are all about, coming together and impressing the crowd.
It's been great to see all the other tall ships, just an unbelievable number of them.
The parade is over, but the festivities are anything but. The Rose and other tall ships will be docked for the next few days, so you don't have to come up here to get a good view. In New London Harbor, I'm Sarah Cody, Fox 61 News at 10.
Be careful up there, Sarah. The Rose is the only American tall ship in her class that the public can board for educational or adventure purposes.
Brent, now while the tall ships are actually something to behold on television, no doubt, thousands of people just couldn't wait to get down here to New London and see them in person. Now, historic Fort Trumbull was actually opened up to the public during its renovations into a state park for the very first time. And Fox 61's Rick Hancock tells us it was one of the best viewing spots around for the parade.
Oh, that's wonderful.
The view from Fort Trumbull.
This is absolutely gorgeous.
To see each ship slowly march down the Thames River.
It's amazing. You can watch them all day.
Was spectacular.
So amazing to watch something out of the past that you don't see anymore. The legends of the sailing ships.
And there was so much to look at.
Can you see the guys on there?
No, I'm not looking at that one. I'm looking at the other one.
And many questions to ask.
Priscilla, you're the sailor. What do they call those crossbeams?
Crossbars. Spars.
Some people got an up-close view of the tall ships, while others missed what they came to see.
I was trying to get a look at the Amistad, and already went by already. A little history of that boat.
But it didn't take long for another impressive ship to rise from the horizon and float on by.
Yeah, but look at the sails on the one before that. Yeah. And that's the Spirit?
And it's likely that this nautical parade of tall ships won't be forgotten by anyone here anytime soon. And what would a parade be without a band like the one aboard this Ecuadorian ship? But for most people watching these beautiful vessels go by today, it was music to the eyes. In New London, Rick Hancock, Fox 61, News at 10.
Very much, Rick. Now, some of the best seats in the house weren't actually around New London Harbor. They were in New London Harbor. Several thousand boaters decided to get up close and personal with the tall ships, but the people who run Upsail say that was just fine. They report no problems with the big ships maneuvering around the smaller vessels.
They kept the channel clear. They were respectful of the boundaries that have been set by the Coast Guard, and everybody really appreciated their cooperation.
The Coast Guard also believes that more recreational boats were out watching Connecticut's Upsail than were there for New York City's tall ship celebration last week. So now we have seen them sailing so peacefully out on the ocean, but you know, there's a lot going on behind the scenes, and we don't get to see that.
No, behind the scenes, on board and below deck, of course, It takes a lot of teamwork, an incredible amount of teamwork, and of course, strength to actually sail one of these tall ships. Now, Fox 61's Ted Greenberg and photojournalist Paul Quimby spent 3 days aboard the Esmeralda, finding out exactly how to sail a tall ship.
They are Navy sailors in step with a mission to protect their Chilean homeland. And every day they go to war, a tug of war with the wind and the sea.
You can imagine the power that it has, because sometimes it's very calm, and in other times it's incredible the strength that it has.
Strength from the muscles of midshipmen keeps the 371-foot Esmeralda on course.
It's a big ship. It's not easy to handle. You need a lot of hands, as you see here, to operate the sails.
The Esmeralda is truly a magnificent sight. She has 4 masts and 21 sails. However, the ship is capable of flying as many as 29 sails.
If you commit one error with one sail, the ship is not going to cross the bow against the wind.
Their battle with the breeze forces the sails up. But the next minute brings a constant change in the strategy of sailing.
Sometimes you get like tired of so much work, so much sail work, but after that you start realizing when you're on land, going to different places, when you see the Esmeralda from another side, you see it's so huge, it's so nice.
They know they can't wear out, even when the sails do. Aboard the Esmeralda, Ted Greenberg, Fox 61 News at 10.
A wonderful story. Now, the Esmeralda has a crew of about 300 plus. So tomorrow night, we're going to take a behind-the-scenes look at exactly what goes on, life on the ship, including the living quarters and the good old grub. Should be interesting.
I'm not sure Ted didn't get the best assignment of all of us.
Yes, he did. He said the food wasn't too bad.
Good for Ted. All right, well, we don't need to tell you there's a lot of planning that goes on behind an event like this. We've talked about it. 41 tall ships, 4 different locations around, 1 million people here visiting over these next 4 days to see those tall ships. So how does a small town deal with all those people crashing the roads? Well, here to tell us is Fox 61's Shelley Sindland live at another location here in New London.
Good evening, Brett. OpSail estimates that 200,000 people came here today to see the parade of sails and, of course, tour the tall ships. Now, that number does include people who traveled by car, the waterways, and public transportation. OpSail says that they anticipated the crowd would be that large, but to put it in perspective for you today, there were more people here than live in the city of Hartford. And they say with any event that large, there is bound to be a few bumps in the road. At times, we're told the wait at Fort Trumbull in New London was as long as 4 hours.
There's too many lines and not enough buses.
A line longer than a football field.
It's been a long wait. We have a baby waiting for us at home.
OpSail patrons needed patience on the pavement, too.
Well, we got traffic on the way down, and now we have traffic on the way back. It's been pretty bad.
Police say late this afternoon, traffic leaving OpSail backed up from Route 2 to 395. While traffic was stopped on this stretch of 85 in Waterford, people were still being moved by the tall ship's sails.
I'm going to go again, I think. The day was picture perfect.
We saw a number of trouble spots. What happened today was that everybody tried to get here exactly at the same time.
Trying to forecast where everybody's going to go in any of the events, particularly this morning when you had the parade of sails, they would go to what they thought was a strategic point.
That's why large crowds at Fort Trumbull caught planners off guard. At Waterford Speedboat, however, it was smooth sailing. Plenty of shuttles to go around.
I rated a 9. It was really good. I thought.
Now, state police say twice today they had to shut down exit ramps off I-95 and East Line because of heavy traffic. Planners say the big draw today, of course, the parade of sails. They do not anticipate crowds will be quite as large tomorrow, but some words of advice. If you're traveling from the greater Hartford area, you're better off, you might be better off, that is, taking Route 2 to 395 instead of Route 11 and 85. We are live here in New London. I'm Shelley Sindland, Fox 61 News at 10.